Welcome to Reps Plus Real Talk, podcast hosted by two London-based personal trainers. We blend fitness, dating, and self-mastery. We speak to ambitious professionals who train but crave deeper results in their body, confidence, and relationships. Through honest conversations, expert insight, and real-world parallels, we help listeners level up inside and out, turning your hard work into results.
Whew, love the sound of that.
Yeah, just trying to be clean. I mean, profesh.
So we are your hosts. My name is Mark.
And I'm Audace.
And today what we're going to be looking into is what makes an effective workout, what you should be looking for in regards to making your training as effective as possible. Next, we will be looking into why fitness is the best cheat code, not just for confidence in the dating marketplace, but also at work. And then lastly, just the dating marketplace as a whole, how to navigate it and what it means for you.
It's a mess. For real, it is a mess. We'll go into a bit more detail, but yeah.
I'm not even going to give the people a little bit of hope to begin with. Just went in straight with, it's a mess.
It's a mess, but we're going to help you navigate. We're going to help you navigate, tell you what not to do, what to look for, how to make sure that you come out of dating emotionally unscathed, you know? Because people be getting hurt.
People be getting hurt out there. It's dangerous out in these streets.
Dangerous out in these streets.
Dangerous out in these trenches.
Oh my word. Oh no, I was having an interesting convo with my bro yesterday actually. About can I say, about dating in general and how people aren't being honest with each other from a perspective of guys who like go about their business like player type, and then the female equivalent who like running up numbers. Guys running up numbers. There's women out there running up numbers as well. We've got to be honest. Like this happens. This is truth.
Like, politician, you know.
Let's be honest.
I love how PG you're keeping it.
No, let's be honest. No, just running up numbers. And how I feel, because there is this double standard when it comes to dating, where men, it's okay to like run as many numbers as you want. Like you're almost praised for it, whereas it's frowned upon when it comes to women doing it. But because of that, I think then women are still doing it, but covertly, and then gaslighting themselves in the sense that, oh, I'm not doing it, and then they try and present themselves. But then it's actually when you start talking to certain people, you realize, I know you're still doing it, because they know the implication, and I feel we basically came to the conclusion that we feel bad for like those women who effectively they're approaching this double standard, but I can do what guys do, and it shouldn't be an issue, but simultaneously trying to hide it. And then getting burnt because men are clocking onto what they're actually about when they're trying to cover it up and like present themselves with this like this angel, and ultimately not getting what they want. So they want a relationship, but then they end up finding that the only kind of men that are interested in them are the ones who just want to go in, get what they want, and then leave.
Well, like I always say, man, birds of a feather, innit? You gotta, no, seriously, your environment is so important with stuff like that. You know, whether it's the people in like your immediate circle or the environments that you surround yourself in. Yeah. You know, these all play a part. Like, I've said this before, and like it rubs some people up the wrong way, right? But you see, like bars and nightclubs and whatever else, they're for single people. This is not to say if you're in a relationship, you can never go to a bar or never go to a nightclub. Yeah. But if you're regularly wanting to consistently go out and be in environments like that, that's just strange to me. Do you know what I mean? Why would you want to be in an environment where you know there's going to be a lot of single people down there hunting for one another? It doesn't seem like a very conducive thing to what it is you're kind of doing. So like the environment that you surround yourself in is very, very, very important.
The key for any goal or any objective you want to achieve in life is making sure the environment that you're putting yourself in consistently is actually in line and conducive to what you're trying to achieve.
And that's just basic in my opinion. Like, okay, be honest, right? 'Cause, okay, you're in a relationship. If your girl, like, every other weekend want to do like girls' night out, bars and clubs, blah,
I
blah,
wouldn't
blah.
be with her. Oh, facts.
I wish you said that to the camera.
Facts.
They could see your face when you just delivered.
I just wanted to say it to your eyes, bro. Yeah, for real.
Oh man,
It's true. Like,
that's the thing. You couldn't help but like think a certain type of like, why does she always want to be in an environment like that?
Why do you?
And vice versa. I don't think a female would appreciate her man constantly wanting to have like guys night.
Yeah, like why you?
Like why? What?
Why are you turning up every Friday?
That's
like,
mad.
Half of the time without me there.
It's trust. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
can't come. Guys only.
Yeah. Why is, like, how many guys only nights do you need a year? Like, I get it, you need your space, you need to have time, bonding time with your boys, but it can't, like, you spend more time with them than me. Like, what's going on? Who you dating? Like,
Yeah.
Come
Streets,
on,
man.
Yeah. At that point, you be dating the streets. What are you dating your girl?
Oh man.
Okay.
Let's get focused.
Yeah, let's actually get focused. Now we're loosened up. That's good. It's good. That was nice. Hey, we're absolute wasteful, I swear. But all right. But let's get serious. So we're actually going to go into our first topic, and this is, I think, a very common pitfall that a lot of people get into when trying to go about training in general. I think people think by feeling a certain way after coming out of the gym is, like, when I say feeling a certain way, as in feeling absolutely knackered, sweating, means that they've actually had a good workout. But us as fitness professionals know that this isn't actually indicative of you getting results or having a good workout. If your objective was to sweat, then you, like, bang on. But if your objective, like a lot of people's is to build muscle, lose fat, going into the gym and then sweating as much as you can and leaving isn't actually like the real way that you should be going about it. And trying to explain how, I think things like, definitely in central London, things like, I shouldn't probably use their title name, but HIIT class style sessions have become very popular, because I appreciate that people are busy, so they want, how can I work hard? What's the hardest way I can work out and then just get out and feel like I've done something worthwhile? They become really popular, but then after like a year of doing these kind of classes, I regularly get people coming to me, like personal training, saying, "Oh, this is what I did in the past, but I didn't really get the change in physique that I wanted," because they're actually adopting the wrong style of training. And I'll hand it over to you in terms of you, Martin, saying the way that people who want to build muscle and lose fat, how should they actually be going about their training? Like, what should they actually be trying to look for?
Well, the number one focus, I mean, it's plain and simple. When you're talking about, body composition change, really trying to have a stronger looking, more toned looking physique, is strength training. That is what you want to be prioritizing as best as possible, and as much as possible. The kind of trap that people fall into, it's like the sensation versus like the stimulus. And basically what that means is this feeling of like muscles burning, or like you're out of breath and your heart's like pumping like crazy. People are connecting that sensation to the result. So, if I feel absolutely exhausted after my workout, or if it's burning, it must be working, it must be doing something. This is all very like surface level stuff. And you've got the sensation versus the actual stimulus. And if you think about what a stimulus actually is, it will stimulate change. And it's being able to focus and lean more into doing things that are going to stimulate change, and not just give you a feeling like you're going to get change. So I think that's another reason why like these HIIT classes and HIIT workouts just in general are super popular, because when you do them, you're sweating buckets, heart's going like crazy, and you think, oh, I feel good, I feel tired, it must be doing something.
You get that endorphin rush. I think that's what gets people coming back, is you will feel good after working out. At the end of the day, like, movement is medicine. You're going to feel good for like moving your body, especially if you're like challenging yourself. But if it's that, like you said, that composition change you're looking after, it's actually an ineffective way of going about it. And it's important to just align the way that you're training with the goal that you want. If you just only want to feel good, I'm not saying don't do HIIT workouts. Actually include HIIT workouts. They're an efficient way of getting to feel good, like, because you'll get the heart rate up, you start sweating quite quickly. But if you really want to make a difference to how you look, then the way to go about, like the most efficient way to go about it, is strength training. Like, you're going to probably get bored of us saying it on this podcast, but ideally bare minimum 2 times a week. You want to, and when you're strength training, you need to be challenging yourself. So what we mean by that is you should be looking to increase like the reps and the weight that you're lifting over time. If you don't give your body that kind of challenge, it doesn't give it a reason to actually change. So you won't build muscle. So you can't be staying in your comfort zone. And so the more strength training you can get in, the better it will be for like your body composition change. And that's what you should be aiming for, if that truly is your goal. And I think the next thing to like touch upon is, so we talked about how you want to build muscle, but the losing fat side of body composition change as well. So that is going to mainly come from your diet, like the losing fat. But what people want to do is they want to, like, quote unquote, tone up. I don't really agree with that term, but I think it makes sense. I think you can understand and appreciate what we're trying to say is you need to tone up effectively. You need to make sure you're in a little bit of a calorie deficit. So basically burning more calories than you're consuming. And on top of that, you want to make sure that you're doing that strength training, which we talked about, to help you build that muscle. And whilst being in a calorie deficit and doing that strength training, you basically tell your body to keep all the muscle, or to even like build a little bit of muscle whilst burning fat. So that's what's going to allow you to get that body composition change that you're after. So in a bit of a nutshell, and obviously you want to make sure you're getting a lot of protein in your diet to help keep that muscle and help you like with your workouts. For that body composition change, strength training, a little bit of a calorie deficit, keep your protein up, and that will go a very, very long way for you to actually achieving your goals, to be honest.
Yeah, that's a good way to summarize that. As far as like trying to really have a bit more of a understanding of what it is that we're trying to say, because it's a good point that you brought up the nutrition side of things.
Yeah.
Again, it's a similar sort of thing. It's making sure you're providing the body with the right stimulus to get the changes that you want, and not basing it off of something really surface level of, oh, I eat healthy, oh, I eat good, oh, I don't eat takeaways and stuff like that. Like, sure, these things can have an impact and, you know, they have their place, but are you providing your body with the stimulus that it needs for that body shape change, to be able to lose that body fat, to be able to tone up and all the rest of it? And there is a certain stimulus that is needed, and it's, like you say, being in that calorie deficit.
Yeah.
Within that calorie deficit, having a focus on getting enough protein in.
Yeah.
And it's if you don't provide that as the stimulus, then your results are going to be kind of lackluster or just kind of non-existent. So again, always kind of think, the things that I'm doing, are they actually, am I just kind of like ticking a box just to kind of like feel good, or just to kind of like make my life easy and kind of like trick myself or convince myself that what I'm doing is enough? Or is it actually enough of a stimulus to give your body the change to be able to grow, to be able to change, to be able to improve? So it's just a way of kind of thinking about it, rationalize it in your mind. If you do have a routine at the moment, let's just say, like, I don't know, your routine is maybe like doing like 3-4 classes a week and you're not really doing any strength training, I would strongly encourage you to at least have like 2 strength training sessions, and then maybe do like 1 or 2 classes. That is just way more balanced. Again, you're going to provide your body with more of that stimulus to be able to tone up and look a bit more lean and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then likewise with your nutrition as well. Like, what's interesting? A lot of people's diets aren't actually that bad.
You know what I was going to say? Like to kind of like piggyback off the point you were making there is, you've got to do like the right things, but then do enough of the right things. So a lot of people say, yeah, but I do strength train, or yeah, but I do make sure I'm getting protein. Oh yeah, I'm pretty convinced I'm in a calorie deficit. Like, how much of a calorie deficit? How consistent are you with that calorie deficit?
Yeah.
And then, how much protein are you getting daily? And how consistent are you with that protein? Or how much are you strength training? And how hard are you, like, what's the intention in each session? And are you doing enough of that strength training to be able to get the results? So there's, the first thing is to like start doing the right thing, and then you need to double down and do more of the right thing. And that's where you're going to get the results. And I think where a lot of people struggle is they don't realize what they're doing, even if it is the right thing, sometimes is not enough. And then get like disheartened because they're not getting the end result, and then just like throw their toys out the pram and then look for the next like thing around the corner from that's being sold to you like as a quick fix. I think you just want to be, and it's all about being, I think, honest with yourself. Like, what are you actually able to fit into your lifestyle? How much change are you looking to like get from your body, and like what are you willing to go through to make that change happen? And more often than not is to actually do more of the thing that you're doing, because like you said, a lot of the time people are generally doing the right thing, but they're just not in enough quantity to get the change that they actually want.
It lacks a little bit of focus in as far as doing what needs to be done to get the outcome that you want from it. It lacks a little bit kind of like focus and structure. And then there's like a consistency. There's a consistency / patience aspect, which is kind of lacking. What do you think? Like, if somebody was listening to this right now, and they were like, okay, cool, I'm just gonna take what they're saying. How long realistically should they be sticking with this?
This is the thing. It depends on the intensity at which they're willing to like commit to the process as well. Because some people, they're really like time poor. So I have to, it's a case by case. So if somebody comes to me and says, all I can fit in like with my timetable, to show me their timetable, like 1 to 2 sessions a week max, I'll be like, okay, cool. I'll then tell them like realistically what kind of change that they can expect, so that I'm not like placing the bar too high and then making them feel bad for not getting to a certain goal. And then be realistic and say like the change that you want, they'll probably tell me some ridiculous change they want. I'm like, with that kind of routine, probably going to take you a year. And I'm like, okay. And they'll be like, okay, so how do I get fast? Well, up it to 3. I guarantee you'll get, but I can't. Well, just be honest. And this is literally your limit of what you can actually expect to get. And I think the problem, and the reason why I think people struggle with that is sometimes, well, a lot of the time people are sold a dream. People are sold like this really like minimal effort product to get some nuts result, and then are confused why they're not getting this result. Like, it takes graft.
Yeah, it does.
That's the other thing, is like, I feel people don't want to graft. Like, if you really want like a really good physique, you've got to graft, and you've got to make the time, and then you've got to be patient, and you've got to put the work in. So it's a case of the more you can do, the better, but you've obviously got to tailor it to your lifestyle and like what you can actually handle. But finding a way to do more while still being balanced and not like overdoing it, burning out and things like that, is going to get you to your goal quicker. So that's the kind of mindset you need to approach the like fitness, because like we both know, the more you put into fitness, the more it's going to give back in terms of like fulfillment, life, confidence. So trust me, finding a way to incorporate more fitness into your life is not going to be a detriment. I've never met anyone complain from the results they've gotten from committing more to a fitness routine and lifestyle. And so that's kind of like the kind of like key message is like, start doing the right thing and try and find a way to do more of it, but still obviously you want to keep it balanced, but you will start to reap the benefits. And then that's the way you should kind of be kind of focusing and honing in yourself on embarking on whatever fitness journey that you may be on to get the results that you want, which is for a lot of you building some lean muscle, losing some fat, and like just feeling good all the time.
So the one thing I will say about that, because I don't want anybody to kind of hear that message and be put off by it. Don't think that you can't achieve a very significant change from just training like twice a week or 2-3 times a week or whatever. Like, especially, and this is something that a lot of people take for granted, and actually just speaking to a client about it the other day, especially if you're at a point where you're not really doing much at this moment in time, training twice a week alongside, changing up the diet a little bit, focusing more on protein and things like that, will drastically change how you feel, how you're able to perform, how you look. It has a massive, massive, massive impact. So don't be put off by like the typical fitness rise and grind type mentality. I need to be training 5-6 times a week and I can only eat chicken breast and broccoli. Like, it really doesn't have to be that extreme. And like I said, you'd be very surprised at what you can achieve with quote unquote so little. Because again, like with any achieving any sort of result in anything in life, it's going to be the consistency factor, which is what gets you to your goal, as opposed to the intensity factor.
Yep.
And again, like, it's another common mistake that a lot of people make. So I started working with somebody new recently, and he was like, I've been going around in this circle for ages. I kind of do it for a few months and then I'll knock it on the head. I'll go off on holiday, and when I come back, I just can't find my feet again. So he's telling me like, the backstory and whatnot. And he's like, right, I'm ready. I'm going to be training 6 times a week, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, mate, pause, stop.
I don't even train 6 times a week.
Trust.
I've been in the field for ages.
Trust. Time. I've been in this training. Right.
I say, 14 years, 15 years. Yeah. I've never 6 times. Never.
Not happy.
Yeah.
I said, mate, you've just told me how you've been on this merry-go-round of having these really intense splits, and then you can't stick to it. How have you not kind of cottoned on to the fact that maybe
doing that is not
helping
the problem?
And I've not said it in like a horrible, but I've said it as just like have you thought about this?
Yeah, you let him reflect.
And just let him reflect. And he was like, oh yeah, that's a good point actually, yeah.
What do you think I should do?
What do you answer? So I've got this idea, right? You ain't gonna believe this. And I told him, I goes, listen, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna focus on training 3 times a week. And you know what's funny about that?
Yeah.
We had that conversation, and then I'm like, okay, cool. We've ticked that box now. Let's move on.
Yeah.
And we carried on with the consultation. We was talking about a few other bits and pieces. And within the space of, I don't know, like 10 minutes maybe, we reverted back to where we started. And he was like, no, but I've got more time on my hands. Like, I think I should squeeze in like another session or 2. I goes, it's still not thinking.
That all or nothing mindset kills a lot of people, you know. It's it's a habit loop that people get themselves into. Like, I don't know, like everyone knows if you come out the gates too hard, you will burn out. Like that's like with anything that you want to achieve. And I think sometimes people's enthusiasm can get misplaced.
Yeah.
And so yeah, when they come, I've had it in a consultation before. Somebody saying that they're ready. Oh, like, can you do like 4 sessions a week with me? I was like, whoa. I was like, first of all, I was thinking, yo, that's better money, you know. But then second of all, I'm thinking, nah, let me understand his habits before like trying to just jump into 4 sessions a week. I was like, okay, so what kind of training have you been doing at the minute? Yeah, I'm struggling to, like, I've been gym like here and there, like once or twice a week maybe, and you just want to jump straight into 4 times a week? I don't think that. Straight away when I hear that, or when I heard it, I was like, this ain't gonna last.
Yeah, it's a red flag.
This ain't gonna last. I could look at it and be, I'm gonna get some good money, but then ultimately I want people to get to their result and be able to maintain it.
Yeah.
So the key takeaway here is doing something in a sustainable way.
Yeah.
Essentially is what we're getting at is how, yes, you want to get to your goal. Yes, you're keen. Yes, you're mega enthusiastic, but
Which is good.
Which is good because that's going to allow you to start. But what's going to allow you to stay on the journey is using a strategy which is going to allow it to be sustainable.
Yeah.
And that's what we both teach, is that we want people to be this has to become a lifestyle change. So if it's to become a lifestyle change, it has to be sustainable. And that's what people like forget a lot of the time. So that's why it's important to be able to look at where you are now. What can you honestly commit to? This is the question I always say, what are you happy to do, like to add into your lifestyle, which you think you'd be able to do for the rest of your life? So if somebody who's keen, I want to train 6 times a week, I'll ask them, do you reckon you could train 6 times a week for the rest of your life? They'll probably say no. So we're not.
They always say no.
So I'm like, so we're not doing it.
Yeah.
So I'm not even gonna let you do it.
Yeah.
So this is where you need to kind of like force the handbrake on some people.
Yeah.
To be like, yo. Like I've been down this road before.
Yeah.
Like we've both been there where we get excited. I want to like chase a fitness goal. Like, and then we're like, I'm gonna train like 5 times a week. And then you get into the second week and like starting to get aches and pains.
Body's hurting, man.
Like, or you're not recovering as well.
Yeah, man,
like,
it's not
you know
fun.
what? Actually, yeah, I was getting a bit too gassed. I was getting a bit too excited, and then we rein it in. But because like we obviously have the habit of training, like we're not going to lose the habit of training. We just dial it in. But people who don't have that habit of training, they'll just stop training.
Yeah.
And that's what we ultimately want to stop from happening. We want people to stay training for the long haul, and so. That's a very good like takeaway, I think, from that is find the right strategy, try to double down as much as you can, but make sure you're doing it in a sustainable way. You're trying to, like with progressive overload in the gym, you're trying to increase the amount you're doing from a fitness perspective over time, but slowly but surely is the way that you have to be going about it. Otherwise you will burn out. You'll start hating the process. You'll quit. Even though you know something that you should be doing, you'll be starting to attach these negative emotions to the process. And you're like, I'm not going to do this process again. And then 2 months later, it's like the insecurities start creeping in. I feel fat. I don't feel good. I'm not confident. My energy's low. It's like, I should probably start this training thing again, shouldn't I? And then the cycle repeats. If you still have that unsustainable way of doing things and you're maybe using a slightly wrong strategy, so tweak your strategy, make it sustainable, and you got to be patient, be in it for the long game. And you'll be good. You trust me, you'll be nice, and then you'll be like us.
Living life sexy.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, just to again kind of piggyback off that a little bit. Even though we're saying take time, be patient and whatever else, again, in the grand scheme of things, seeing significant change in your life, whether it's how you feel, how you look, whatever it may be, these changes can come about quicker than what you think. I had a client start with me, what was it, like 4 months ago? He's already lost like 10 kgs or whatever.
There we go.
Right. And it's not, the thing is, that sounds insane. And I guess it kind of is in a certain context, but we're quite familiar with it. And we kind of know that's actually quite normal. That's a pretty sustainable rate of loss as well over that kind of time period. But if you think about, like, you've lost that weight, you've changed up your body composition, we focus on like the strength training and his protein and whatever else, like his shape has just completely changed. And it's not just like himself. Without prompting people are coming up to him, telling him, what's different? You seem like you've got like a different vibe about it. I don't know what it is, but yeah, you just look well. You look like you're doing good.
This is a good segue, by the way.
Right? No, but it's true. Even his missus, it's like, like shoulders looking nice. And at first he was like, no, she's just trying to gas me. But then it kept happening, and she was like, no, for real, like I can really see the difference. And he's like, okay, this is working now. And then it's like another like positive kind of like feedback loop of like, this is working. You know what? Let me dedicate a bit more time to this. do you know what? I've actually got a bit more time on my hands. Let me add in another session, or let me really focus on like pushing it hard in the gym when I am in the gym.
Yeah.
It's just these little bits and pieces. But the point is that he's on the path. He has the structure, and he's got tactics and techniques to put together an effective workout regime and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
The desired result that he wants.
It.
And now it's just a matter of continuing to do so, and you'll just keep reaping the benefits.
Yeah.
Compounding interest.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. And I think like you make a very good point about how your client started to feel. And I was just saying how that's like a real good segue into like the next section, and how we believe like training is the cheat code for allowing you to feel more confident both about yourself, which leaks into how you feel or how you present yourself at work, when you're dating, or even in a relationship. And so when you start to see how much of a positive influence training has on your life, because I feel a lot of people link training to just aesthetics, like the superficial. No, it will make your ability to have relationships improve.
Yeah.
Or increase your productivity at work.
People treat you differently as well.
Yeah, people treat you differently because you like having a good physique, and with like the mentality that will naturally be instilled in you from following a structured like fitness regime, you start to embody traits which are actually attractive. And that's why people start treating you different, both in a dating context, at work. You'll be able to feel more confident going for a promotion. Like your wages are gonna increase. Like just by you got to think about it. Who's more likely to earn more over a significant period of time? Somebody more confident or less confident? Yeah. Somebody more confident is going to be make a bit more risk, take a bit more risk, put yourself out there. And what we're saying is fitness allows you to develop that confidence.
Yeah.
And a lot of people need to see the role fitness plays in your life. I think people don't connect the dots enough. Like it's going to increase your mood in general in the day. So if you're in a better mood generally, you're going to approach your work differently. You're going to be like more enthusiastic about your work and doing like doing hard tasks in particular. If you're in a better mood,
you attract positive moods and people.
Yeah, now you're more positive.
Giving off more
exactly. And then similarly with dating is if you hold yourself more confidently because of your training, everyone knows that confidence is like one of like the top things that makes you attractive. Yeah. So you're just going to have an increased success rate when it comes to dating, and your relationships will be better. So it's like fitness, like when I say how important like fitness is such a core foundation to getting what you want out of life and making the most out of life, it goes way beyond the superficial. Make you a better human being, and you'll be able to thrive, do more, and receive more as well. And if I told you to be able to have all of that is if you just could commit to 2 to 3 sessions a week, eat your protein, get your water in, do some steps,
I would take that.
Would you do it? Now you want to.
Now you want to do it.
Now you want to do it. Now you want to, because you want to make your life sexy.
Innit? I told you get girls. Now you want to do it.
Yeah. See what I mean? So, but it's important. You have to when you link it to. I can guarantee, if I was to sit down with someone and they told me what their life goals were, fitness would be able to contribute to them achieving that life goal
in some way, shape, or form.
In some way, shape, or form. So just increase fitness in your life, like, and over time try to just increase the amount of it you can do, because you, as a byproduct, get more out of life.
Yep.
So like that's my 2 cents on like why you just have to be including fitness. If you aren't already, what are you doing?
I mean, man, your
life
ain't sexy. I know it ain't.
Yeah, I know it's not. I actually categorically know your life cannot be as good if you are not embarking in some kind of fitness.
Yeah.
Like 100.
Yes, it's very true. The thing is, because I know we're talking about it and it sounds like a sales pitch, and it is one of those things you just have to take our word for it. Try it for yourself and you will see.
Yeah.
like you said before, like I don't know one person that has taken fitness into their life, not benefits from it, or like regretted it in some way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You've never regretted a workout before. like these things, like you would not regret it. And like I say, the compounding interest off of so many different bits and pieces as far as how it can impact your life, it's massive. It's funny actually. I had a client recently. Oh, bless her, man. I was so proud of her. I don't know if she wants me to name her. I'll keep it anonymous for now. But somebody approached her at work, and it was basically like a promotion, essentially. But they tried to be a bit sly about it and was like, "Oh, we want you to be in charge of like another thing."
Yeah.
But they didn't really come forward with like the money side of things.
They didn't package it like,
It was just like, "Oh, do us a favor and oversee this and blah blah blah." But because she just backs herself a little bit more, she's grown in confidence.
Yeah.
She had this moment of like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'll do it." But then was like, "Actually, no, wait, no. This sounds like more responsibility.
I'm going above my pay grade here."
Yeah, trust. So, okay, more responsibility means I can earn more money. She was like, "Well, hold on, before we go forward,
show me the money.
Show me the money."
You know what I mean?
You got to start changing the numbers on my bank account, right? So what's the deal?
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, yeah. Oh, we'll do this." And I think she negotiated a little bit as well.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Go on with that." So she's coming to my session.
Yeah.
And she started talking. She's like, "Oh yeah, I've got something I've got to tell you, blah, blah, blah." Like told me the story. And she was like, "Oh my gosh, are you proud of me?" I go, "I'm well proud of you." And I was actually really, really happy for her, right? Because something like that is because of like because I remember our first consultation together as well. Like she has grown like so much as a person, just like her confidence, her belief in herself, how she conducts herself and carries herself. Like it's a completely different individual. This woman cannot walk past a mirror without flexing in front of it now. It's hilarious, right? But that's just all part of the process. So in as much as there can be like struggles along the way or some tricky parts on the journey, there's all these little moments as well. The not just the outcomes, but even within the process of just like, "Oh, do you know what? I'm starting to feel myself. Like I'm liking looking at myself in the mirror whilst I'm working out."
Self-confidence is so important. Like how you carry yourself in this life is going to dictate what opportunities like present themselves to you. So if you can use fitness as a tool to just boost your self-esteem, like not to a point of ego, it's just genuine self-esteem, where you're content with yourself and you're happy to basically show yourself to the world. You'll be putting your best foot forward, or giving yourself the opportunity to put your best foot forward in kind of like any social interaction, like really and truly.
You're saying so much without actually saying anything. If you think about what a strong, fit physique looks like or is, you're already saying you're strong, dedicated, consistent,
positive mindset,
hardworking. You said all of that without saying anything. You've said all of that just by merely existing and walking into a room and people just noticing you. That's very impactful, because at that point, it's not just words. There's no words. It's just a physical action and just your presence.
People treat you nice after that.
Carnival's coming up. Best believe my top gonna be off.
How did you manage to weave Carney into this episode? That's crazy.
Hold on. I'm giving a social context example, right?
To be fair.
That is perfectly valid.
It's true. It's because it's all about that first impression. And if you can, the communication starts before you even open your mouth. So you need to find ways of like presenting yourself in the most positive way. So if you're like simple things, this is why like when you're growing up, your parents will tell you to like stand up straight, like puff your chest out a little bit, because it's about exuding confidence. Sometimes you may not even have it yet, but these are like signals to help other people treat you a certain way, or treat you in a more favorable way. And what fitness does is when you get to a certain point, you just be doing it naturally, so consistently. So that means you're just going to get positive treatment towards you that much more consistently as well.
And effortlessly as well.
Yeah, and effortlessly, because then then you get to a point, it's just your identity.
Yep.
And all you do is attract positivity.
And at that point,
life's sexy. Life is sexy. That's what we want. We want to gain fulfillment from life. And I'm telling you, you can't get there without embarking on some kind of health and fitness journey. Impossible. And just keep with the fitness. Yeah. Oh, I can't say enough. I know we're fitness professionals, but yeah, it's unbelievably important. I was actually watching this Instagram clip. Can't remember the name of the guy, Sam Haynock or something. Basically, it doesn't matter. But he was saying how, like, to gain, essentially the summary of it is, to gain fulfillment from life, it's all about your ability to like make good connections. And what does like making a good connection is, like how you interact with people. So the link between fitness and making good connections is that if you have that good like presence, you hold yourself more confidently, you have a good physique, it will allow you to harbor good connections, better relationships. And essentially the better, and like seeking connection, it's a primal fundamental thing that all humans chase.
Yeah.
I can almost, like, to the point I could argue that if you're unhappy, it's probably because the quality of your connections is poor, like with the people like in your like circle of influence, like around you. So in essence, to gain like real fulfillment from life, you want to have the ability to create better quality connections, and part of that equation is health and fitness. So to reach that maximum level of fulfillment, I believe anyway, is how can I be able to have the skill set to get connection or have really high quality connections with anyone in my circle of influence. And the foundation of that is having a fitness routine. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, if you agree with me, like, or like, yeah, if you've got anything you'd like to add to that.
No, I would agree with that, because a lot of like fulfillment comes from having use, being into action, have influence to a certain extent.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to be on like such a massive scale.
Yeah.
But yeah, that fulfillment of like, oh, I'm good at this, or I can help this person. Or,
Yeah.
do you know, I think there's a strong connection between like fulfillment and some kind of action or some kind of giving or helping.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you don't really have the opportunity to do it, or you're not putting yourself in a position to be able to do it, or you don't have the people around you to be able to
actually do it. Yeah.
Like, so yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah. And like, when I clocked it, it's like, I think I'm starting to suss what the meaning of life is, you know? It's to seek high quality connection with everyone around you. That's our meaning of life for everyone. For everyone.
God, I'm done.
That's it.
I figured it out.
Oh, finally, I've got there.
Finally.
Yo,
catch up, man.
Yeah, come on. That's it. And I was like, if I do that, like that's my aim every day, I'm gonna be happy.
Life, I completed it, mate.
I don't complete it. I know how to do it now.
I know how to complete it.
I know how to. I now have the strategy. This goes back to having the right strategy for anything.
Facilities.
Now I have the facilities. Now I know what I'm actually doing.
Oh man,
I ain't running around in circles.
Oh man.
But yeah, no, that's funny. That was funny.
Life, I've got that figured out, bro. What do you mean?
Oh, we'll go into the last bit now.
I was gonna say what was the dating market.
Yeah. So like to kind of like come back to what we were speaking about at the beginning of the episode, and basically how, especially with like you being on TV, it kind of
forgot about that. I'm still getting to grips with my newfound fame.
See, I tried to give you the humble entrance, and you just go and mess up like that.
No, I want people to know I'm famous now. I'm on the TV.
Settle, man. Settle. Keep it humble. Keep it humble. Like you just throwing like TV. I was on TV. Like, it's a minor to you now. That's why you got to treat it. It's a humble flex.
Yeah,
you got to humble flex it.
I think I'll be the last on TV.
Oh, this podcast, I'm telling you, it's going to blow. We're going to be on TV at some point.
Hopefully for the right reason.
Yeah, for the right reasons, 100%. For the right reasons. Like, no, we're imparting proper wisdom, like, for real. Yeah, and with like your experience on the dating show, that realization that I think we both come to, how these shows are now a genuine reflection of how it is like to date, like right now.
Yeah.
Obviously you're in the trenches, you're in the field, you're out there.
I'm out there.
And so you're like live, you got live experience of like what it's like now, and being on that dating show, it kind of highlighted to you. And like how did that make you feel? Like when you come to that realization, what did that make you think?
So it's interesting, right?
Yeah.
When people talk about dating and they make reference to like things that they see on social media and just, you know, how society is and all these things, I always say, you know, society is made up of people like you and I. So we as a people need to do better and to take a better mindset towards dating and whatever else, right? Now, and as much as social media and what we see is kind of like fake and blah, 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 it's actually not as fake as what people think it is. Personally, the way I think this is a good way of looking at it personally. What you see on social media or any sort of kind of like media platform, right? It's an amplified version of reality. The reason why it seems unrealistic is because of the amplification of it. It's just like, oh, a scenario like that probably wouldn't quite happen in real life. But actually the what's the word that I'm looking for? Just the way things happen, or the way people think, or the way it's like, it is kind of true. So with the show, just as an example, right? It's like, okay, cool. My girls come in with this thing of, want to try and find somebody more serious. Want to, you know, I always attract like the bad boy type and this, that, and blah, blah, blah. Right? So it's like, okay, cool. Let's go with the fact that that is actually true. Right? And then it's like, okay, cool. Well, you've got this individual. Who is probably waving this big red flag. To basically say, I am that bad boy. I'm going to be running around, chatting to all these different girls, doing my thing, blah, blah, blah. Right? So it's like, okay, cool. I know that's not good for me. I know it's not in my best interest to go down that road.
But why do you still do it?
But why do you still do it? Right? So it's funny when like these moments will happen, but then people can't really like
connect the dots.
Not just in an example like that, but where people kind of like look at their own lives as well. And it's just like, think about it. How many times have you done that similar sort of thing or thought in that similar sort of way? And it's like, just from like the guy perspective, like you need to know how to be able to like navigate that. And I'm not necessarily saying, guys, you need to like be that bad boy type, but it's like, how can I repackage myself or like my message to connect with another individual so that they will look at me in a certain light. So it's finding like that balance, because it's a very we were talking about this earlier, and I was actually having a conversation with another one of my clients. You can't help feel the way you feel in a given moment. So if that bad boy type persona
makes you feel
good or excited or whatever, you can't help but feel that. But it's being able to kind of like override it slightly and look at a bigger picture.
Like hold stock, be like, okay, cool. Like be present with your feelings, and then even like being able to like ask yourself questions like, why is it that this type of person always makes me feel good, even though I know ultimately it's always going to end in tears for me. And I think this is it's a human psychology thing, where if something gives you positive dopamine, you're just going to seek it more and more. So it's not, now it's like using your brain power to cognitively override, oh, this is bad dopamine. this is bad dopamine. Like, I know I feel good, but I've seen the pattern and I should probably not engage with this individual again. Doesn't mean that they're a bad person. It's just that in line with what you want, it doesn't allow you to get to the result that you want. And that's where I think people are just lost in the cycle of just doing and chasing dopamine and chasing highs, but I don't actually take this time to be critical and analyze.
Yeah.
So that's why you end up just repeating the same habits, because you've never done that critical thinking to think, why might this habit always be creeping up? Or what signs should I be looking for to avoid this happening? Or is there something that I can do to like eradicate this from my life? And it came to me, we were chatting just before we were shooting today. I think there's like these primal instincts and feelings that people feel all the time. And the people who just keep on engaging in these like same habit loops just haven't like allowed their cognitive like brain power to kick in to override, or they either refuse to do it, or sometimes what I feel sad is they might not even have the ability to be able to analyze critically enough to stop that habit from repeating in their life. But like whether you can or can't do that like critical analysis, the first thing you need to do is like just be able to like stop, or speak to someone who can do that critical analysis for you. I think when you're dating, I think sometimes when I speak to people who keep on not going to use her name, but she was on a episode that we've shot already. She'll know who she is when this comes out, but we need to actually like proper debrief with her actually, because I want to help her, man. I actually want to help her. But for me there was like some like, I'm not going to say alarming, but like some clear like patterns, and I'm like, oh, like you like this is not this pattern that you keep on engaging in is not in line with what you want. And sometimes you need to stop people in their tracks to be like, making it blatantly obvious to them, like, this A plus B formula you've got here does not equal the C that you want. You know what I mean? Like and because some people get caught up like, no, I'm sure, like I just need to like do this, like tweak it, look. But no, I'm like, no. Like I'm seeing it because I'm not living it. So it's easier for me to come with that objective lens. I'm telling you, it's what you're doing, like at times is counterproductive actually. And that's when you allow for the critical analysis to happen. Sometimes it's not people don't have the ability, it's like they've just never been forced into actually starting to look at their own lives critically like that. And well, I've always found that especially when I'm like struggling with achieving a certain goal in my life, and I'm like, I feel like I may not have the answers myself. This is why you always go to mentors. You seek guidance from people who've like lived life. Chances are they've gone through what you've gone through, and they can just give you a crash course on how to navigate, not what to do, and just to actually get to the outcome that you want, in a way that you just wouldn't be able to clock in one conversation. And so that will probably be my advice to a lot of people when dating in general, I think is to actually seek honest advice about what you're doing and how you're going about it, because that will definitely allow you to then make the necessary changes that will allow you to get to that C goal that you want.
Yeah, I think there's an element of skill involved.
Yeah,
like you have to like practice these things, whether it's like self-reflection or trying something new or different, even though it might feel uncomfortable in the beginning. I'll use myself as an example to kind of give like the flip scenario, you know, and as far as like, so I was kind of like back in the day when I was younger, I'd be that quote unquote like nice guy, and then wondered why I didn't really kind of see the success with women that I ideally kind of like wanted to kind of see. And it was like, okay, cool. Like start reflecting. You kind of watch people's behaviors. You watch what kind of like works, what doesn't work. And it's like, okay, cool. You got that bad boy type.
Why are they always winning?
Why are they always winning?
Yeah.
Right. Why am I always coming last, being nice? Why are they always winning? Like, what is this? What's going on?
Yeah.
Right. And I think, again, it's one of those things, people don't like to admit it, but it's just true. Like that phrase, nice guys finish last, it didn't just get plucked out of thin air.
Yeah.
Like it's a reflection of how things are. But again, you have to kind of like think critically and just analyze, why is that? So it's like, okay, well, how can I embody some of those kind of like bad boy features
whilst still being authentic to myself?
Whilst being authentic to myself, whilst approaching it from like a moral, respectful kind of angle. Because you don't want to have to go down the rabbit hole of lying and cheating and manipulating, and going down that rabbit hole just to get somebody to take an interest in you. Because that equally won't end well. Because your interaction and the relationship is rooted in something that's very broken and negative.
Yeah.
So the inevitable break will come. It might not be today or tomorrow. It might be 5 years from now, but that break will happen. So it's like, okay, cool. So I started thinking about it and like talk to women and whatever. I'll tell you what's been very eye-opening.
Yeah.
Because when you talk to women like on a more kind of like friend level, you still don't get the full version of the truth. I've probably received more of an unfiltered version from the female perspective through my clients over the years. Yeah. Because there's a bit more...
Just a bit more rapport.
There's a bit more rapport, trust, whatever. So they've just been more willing to just kind of like tell me how it is.
Yeah, in a dating scenario, it's very difficult.
It's very difficult.
It's very difficult.
It's very difficult. When you're actually in it and you're actually trying to get the feedback that you ultimately need, you actually won't get that true, honest, unfiltered version of it. And I can appreciate why, because it doesn't really have that positive spin. You don't really want to say to somebody like, oh, you're just not really... You haven't really got that masculine vibe about you. You didn't really make me feel excited, or you didn't really give me that kind of tingle feeling.
Because you said it a few times now. Is like honesty, within dating, is like will help go a long way. But I think in real time, it's very difficult to give true, honest feedback.
It's tricky.
So you actually have to learn like this new code. So they've done this, so this probably means this, and that's the actual true, honest answer that I was looking for. But then you have to spend time to actually learn what those cues and those like mannerisms and patterns are, and link it to the right behavior, which is a whole load of trial and error.
It's mad.
It is.
Ladies,
so
you think guys are stupid and slow, and to a degree we are, but part of the reason why is because we're trying to crack the Da Vinci Code in as far as how you lot communicate and think. And the thing is, if you just outrightly would just say, no, I'm
Da Vinci Code.
I'm deadly serious. I'm deadly serious.
I'm seeing like just Matrix numbers.
Just Matrix, yeah. And that's what we're trying to decipher. Like, right?
Oh, my brain hurts.
Trust.
Allow me. Give me some simple patterns.
Do you know what I mean? I wish I could just plug into the Matrix. And, I know how to talk to women. Like it doesn't work that way. Like we're having to go through this weird trial and error thing of trying to figure out the truth without it ever fully being revealed to us. Yeah. And we have to figure it out through this trial and error, or just kind of like watching you lot, like, and how you like carry yourselves. So that's why it takes so long. But we will, well, some of us eventually get there. Yeah. But it's tricky, especially when the message is one thing, you're saying one thing, but ladies, you're doing something completely different. So it's like, what? That's miles from each other. How do I get from here to here? And then it's like, do a little bit of this. Oh, that didn't work. It's like, I'll try a little bit of this. Oh, it's kind of working. I'm back to square one again. So it's just, I appreciate it's tricky, but there has to be, again, there's a massive like communication like breakdown. Because as men, we will kind of do whatever it is you kind of want us to do, but we need to know what to do in the first place to be able to do it.
What I've learned is it's always forever changing.
Yeah, does that
like this is the thing. It's like so because it's always forever changing, the only what I've come to realize, the only real way to give yourself the best chance is to just get to know the individual in front of you, like on a deeper level, and learn them. Because you can't apply one thing to one woman to another woman, because every woman operates differently. Everyone has certain scenarios where they'll do this thing, but another woman will do that thing. So you just got to be like, look at one person and just do your best to try and get to know them as quickly as possible and as honestly as possible. So the more you know and learn about them, the easier it becomes for you to be able to navigate life with them, because you just know them that much better. Because I think we're in a society where we want to kind of like box people into, oh, this is how I should behave here. But I think one thing we need to do is just take everyone for like a super singular individual and invest energy to try and get to know them. The more energy you invest, the more they'll reveal, the easier you can then get to understand them, and then the guesswork reduces over time. So,
but that's kind of tricky to do, though.
It is tricky. I'm not saying it's easy, but I've kind of like, from my life experience, I've realized that's how you get like the most out of people, and that's how you gain the most authentic connection, is just take like a real keen interest in trying to get to know the person in front of you, and just be inquisitive and like, oh, okay, I didn't think that, and just ask loads and loads of questions and like be real open, and then they'll just keep on like spilling all this information about themselves. You get to know them. The quicker you get to know them, you're like, oh, it kind of makes sense why when this scenario happens that they behave like this, because they told me that. So the more data you can get from them, the easier you'll be able to understand them and behave around them.
Yeah.
So is the real skill is then your ability to get someone to open up as quickly and as honestly as possible.
Yeah.
When you're in a dating scenario. And I think it's difficult because a lot of people go in with like their guard up. People don't want to be hurt. People like struggling from past traumas. And that adds those added challenges. Because then if I'm trying to do that with someone in front of me and I realize, oh, there's a bit of a stumbling block here, they're not quite giving me the information I want here, and then I'll be like, okay, the way that I'd normally do, like the way I'd normally go about this is not working with this said individual in front of me. I was like, oh, got to go back to the drawing board here. But that's part of learning them. And then you just got to ask questions like, oh, I've noticed that like this happens when I talk about this topic. Like why is that? Like, I've never experienced that before. And then that way of like inquiring, people feel good about it. They want to learn about me. And then they become more open. Then they start really telling you why they like the way they are. And then you start connecting dots a lot easier. But I realized that the dots that you connect with one woman are not the same dots you can connect with like any other woman. So that's one thing that I've definitely gone away from as I've gotten older, is trying to treat like people or try to box people into like, this is a category that they're in, so this is how they should behave when this happens. It's like, nah, actually, I just got to take whatever individual in front of me for who they are and try and get to know them as like honestly and as openly as possible. So then they just open up, they feel comfortable. And then once I learn what they're like, then I don't get frustrated when I do something and they behave a certain way, because I didn't know a certain thing about them. But because I know a certain thing about them, I know to avoid that altogether. So then I now conduct myself in a way that doesn't ruffle their feathers, and that you get a mutual benefit, because then they feel constantly positive around you because you know how not to ruffle their feathers. And then because they're constantly positive around you, they're more willing to then do things for you as a byproduct. And in the dating context, it's like, what we mean by doing things for you is engage in a relationship with you, want to then go on to like share life with you, then go on to get married, have kids. That's what ultimately I'm like kind of getting at. So I think a big problem with dating, I think, is people aren't really trying to get to know each other honestly and in like a nice way, because the quicker you can get to know someone, the quicker you can know like if it's going to work, if you're going to get on, like if there's certain characteristics about yourself which you'll know that actually I'm actually just going to piss this person off if I continue engaging with them. So then you can just be honest with them, and that's just a much healthier way of going about things than
easier as well.
Yeah, easier than just assuming something about them, behaving according to that assumption, and then getting annoyed when like things don't quite go your way. So yeah, it's just that would be my kind of reflection on like the how society is reflected within dating shows, and how I think you should go about like getting away from the headache that it is.
I think there's something that you touched upon which I think is actually the key thing to making sure you get off to the right start. It's being inquisitive but taking a genuine interest. 100%. I don't think a lot of people do that. I think they approach it quite selfishly, or just not with the right intent. It's like, well, I've got all of these options, all right, I'm just gonna pick that one. Oh, this one didn't didn't give me that spark or whatever, or they didn't do this, or they said that. Oh, well, I've got so many options to choose from, and it's like, that's actually not the best way to go about doing it. But I understand the mentality. It's like, well, I've got all these options. I don't need to take the time to be selective or to waste my time and energy. There's so many and blah, 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 blah. But actually, if you think about it, in order for you as an individual to win and to get the best out of it, it's in your best interest to take more of an interest, to be inquisitive, to ask and to find out.
A good point that comes off the back of that is, now I'm going to start being like, it's going to feel like I'm being a bit preachy, but it goes back to just, I'm a religious man.
I was going to say, you figured out life, innit?
Yeah, so like the simple thing of treat others the way you would like to be treated, like really like came to my mind when you said that, is imagine somebody coming to you and being like really inquisitive about your life. You'll naturally warm to them. Then you'll open up, and then you feel good. Then they'll obviously get more and more information. As long as that person doesn't have any malintent and is genuinely trying to get to know you, that taken interest in you will allow them, give them the tools to know what to talk about next, or know where you should probably go, like an activity that you can both do that you'll probably have a mutual interest in, because of that inquisitive interest that you've taken, that person has taken in you. And so yeah, treat, like, this is going to sound like I'm like doing a sermon right now, but treat others the way you'd like to be treated, and the right person for you or the right people for you will reciprocate. If you don't get that reciprocity, that's when you'll be like, yeah, I think this person is probably in it for themselves, is going to be no good for you. But the first line of approach is to just treat people however you like to be treated, like, and be honest with that. I was saying this to you the other day, like, would you be happy to spend 24 hours with yourself? Me? No, like, yeah, generally, yeah, like, of course. Like, and I love my own company. And the way you'd like you interact, like if you've got into any arguments, would you like to be the person on that receiving end of that argument? For instance, the probable answer is probably no. Like, you wouldn't. So then it's like trying to understand. Okay, then that gets you to like, why did that argument even happen in the first place? Was there a way of avoiding it? And I truly believe it's your ability to, we're talking about the primal need of seeking authentic connection. If you're able to connect with yourself, now we're going like proper deep, and actually understand yourself to a better extent, and then that ability to then be inquisitive and learn about others, you'll know how you best operate. You'll then learn how people around you best operate. You'll know then how to bring that together, and you have perpetual peace in your life. I'm not even...
Praise Jesus.
Yeah. And in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. I mean, we don't.
Oh man.
Oh, that's funny. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. We're gonna have to wrap up on that.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll just go into like the main takeaways. What are the main action points people should be taken away from this episode?
So
we started it with
strength training, man.
Yeah.
Effective training. Don't lean into these fancy, oh, it makes me feel good type of workouts. Like, focus on the thing that is actually going to provide you with the stimulus your body needs to see that
100%.
change. I know they are popular on all these HIIT workouts and stuff, but they're just not that effective when you're talking about like really losing body fat, really seeing like shape change and whatever else. It's just not going to have the same kind of impact as strength training will do. So
yeah, 100%
on the right stimulus.
Do it in a sustainable way as well.
Yeah.
Make sure you're doing it sustainably, and you will reap the benefits with time. And that kind of goes into the next action point is how much of a significance training will just have on your life in general, relationships you build, your ability to perform at work. So don't underestimate strength training in particular, but just training in general, being health and adopting a healthy lifestyle will have on literally every single other area of your life. So
yeah,
if there's a way to get fitness involved in your life, find that way and just do it as consistently as you can, and build that over time. Do it in a sustainable way.
Yeah.
And
then, with that, real quick, come away from the surface level thinking with fitness, i.e. just to look good or to feel sexy or whatever. It can impact so much more than that. I know, like, you know, it can seem a bit like ego, just wanting to look like else. And I actually don't think there's nothing wrong with that. It's amazing how many of my clients will be like, oh, you're like, oh, I don't want to look good. I'm like, that's cool. Like, don't feel shy or embarrassed about that. Yeah. But when that's like the number one priority, just kind of like, oh, looking good and just fitting into a dress or whatever it is, it's very easy when you start to struggle to turn your back on it. But when you connect it to, oh, my mental health improves, my mood improves, I carry myself with more confidence, I just generally feel better, I'm more positive. When you've got all those things that it's now connected to, you're not so quick to turn your back on it. So come away from that surface level thinking about fitness and really put it in perspective of how positively it can impact so many aspects of your life.
Facts. And last action point, I think, with respect to like dating, like reality TV shows, the main point I want to make is treat others how you like to be treated. Seek to learn as much about the individual in front of you, and to allow for that engagement of real, authentic connection. And I think you'll go a very, very long way in increasing your success in dating, and just not even in date, just in relationships in general, and finding people who are actually aligned with you, and you like the relationship. There's a mutual benefit to that, and it will just like make. I think personally, I've definitely believed that will make your life a lot easier.
Yeah, make an effort, man. Don't be lazy.
100%.
Like, be more active in your approach to like developing relationships with people. You know, to sit back and have this passive or, well, dating apps or social media, there's so many options. That's the wrong like mentality to take. You need to take more of an active approach. You know, if you keep kind of sitting back and waiting for things to come to you, it just won't. It just won't work out that way. And same way with like, okay, I'm waiting for this spark or this like love at first sight type thing. Actually, I've read something the other day. Only about like 10% of people that like in relationships had it off the back of love at first sight type spark thing. I've
learned that that whole thing, you need to feel a spark, nonsense. The most long-lasting relationships, like I've heard like studies and people talk about it, didn't have a spark. And the relationships that last longest are ultimately with people who understand each other the best, which again circles back to that. Just seek that connection and that willingness to understand someone. Just be open to for you to let that person get to know you, and then for you to ask the questions to allow you to get to know them. And it will solve so many issues before they even arise.
Be vulnerable and be open, to kind of sum that up, basically. I'd say that's a good. Think about being more vulnerable and more open.
I like that. But yeah, what do we know?
What do we know?
We're just PTs, isn't it?
PTs, isn't it?
You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We also have a little document for you, which is the high performance fitness framework with the 5 no BS rules to help you get lean, strong, and energized. You'll be able to find that in the description somewhere around this video, or wherever you're listening to it. And if you do have any questions for us, please send them in. We're more than happy to engage with them. And you never know, we might even answer it on our next episode.
Who knows?
Well, who knows? And on that note, peace.
Peace out.